You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got something interesting that just emerged sort of out of nowhere involving the Philadelphia Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni and a former Eagle, very damn good former Eagle. By the way, when you go and look at his career stats, you're kind of like, wow, Zach Ertz has had a very, what I would call, sneaky resurgence this year. After having been injured, dropped off the last couple of years, and overall for his career, I mean, Zach Ertz has been one hell of a solid tight end. But now there's some real drama. By the way, 764 receptions. He'll probably get to 8,000 yards, and he's got 50 touchdowns in his career, so pretty impressive. But, of course, the other day, the Commanders defeated the Eagles in a really high-profile game, Jayden Daniels. And I'm going to tell you, coming into the season, a lot of us that were on Belichick to the next new team watch had an eye right over at Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles, because we thought if the Eagles were to have a meltdown, because this is a team that should compete for a Super Bowl, and when you look at Nick Sirianni's record, you think to yourself, holy crap. I mean, the record this guy's got it's impressive. I mean, he's 46-20. 12-3 this year, 14-3, of course, NFC champions, nearly won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago in 2022. But there's been something about this team and drama. We've had a Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, some kind of fiasco going on there. And now there has been some kind of an altercation. All right, I don't want to go so far as to call it a fight. We don't know that that's what it was. But there are a couple of pictures that have come out. I tried to find some video. There is not video. But there was some kind of an altercation between Nick Sirianni, that's right, the head football coach of the Eagles, and Zach Ertz. Now, exactly how long did Zach play for the Eagles? A long damn time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Actually, 9 years. And that's 8.5 seasons, roughly, right in there. 3-time Pro Bowler, right? By the way, he was on that Super Bowl team, the one that actually won it. We all remember that team. And, of course, I think a lot of Eagles fans are very fond of Zach Ertz. And Dom DeSandro, that's right, Big Dom, who, of course, had the situation between him and Dre Greenlaw of the Niners. And, look, I'm a Niners fan, but I kind of felt like Dre Greenlaw was the one in the wrong on that. But he had to get involved here in this situation. So this is the photograph that's come out. There's Nick Sirianni and Zach Ertz right here. This is Big Dom with his hand on Zach Ertz. Ertz was angry about something Sirianni said about his performance in a game via the Philadelphia Inquirer. Interesting. I mean, that's very crazy. Go over here. Let's get the PFT. Commanders tight end Zach Ertz and Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni didn't last long together in Philadelphia, with Ertz getting traded away during Sirianni's first year as Eagles coach. Some lingering hard feelings may have come up after Sunday's game between Ertz's current team and his old team. Sirianni and Ertz got into an altercation during post-game handshakes and had to be separated by Eagles chief security officer Dom DeSandro, according to Jeff McClain of the Philadelphia Inquirer. The report says Ertz took exception to a comment Sirianni made about his performance in the game, and that Sirianni later apologized to Ertz over a Zoom call. Ertz played for the Eagles from 2013 to 2021. His last year in Philadelphia was Sirianni's first as head coach. Ertz was traded to the Cardinals after playing 6 games for the Eagles. Neither Ertz nor Sirianni has explained what the issue was between them. DeSandro, known as Big Dom, was ordered off the sideline last year after he got into a scuffle with linebacker Dre Greenlaw. It appears that DeSandro was a peacekeeper and not an instigator this time. Oh, here we go, PFT. Okay. Like I said, I'm a Niners fan and kind of feel like, well, that was more on Dre Greenlaw, but okay. I mean, they're going to have their opinions. This is pretty wild. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of people thought, Belichick might end up with the Eagles, because why is there so much damn drama with Nick Sirianni and this team in general, right? It just seems like there's a lot of chaos, right? For a team that should absolutely compete for a Super Bowl. And this team is loaded. Offensive, defensive line. Saquon Barkley, I said last night in a video I did on Lamar Jackson, probably, in my opinion, should be the MVP. He won't be. He'll be third, just because the media probably won't vote for him when it's all said and done. But you get my point. Wow. And I'm going to tell you, this guy right here says you're going to make a big deal out of this, but I've literally watched coaches have it out with their players in between plays, but the narrative is there, so you guys got to run with it. This is going to end up being a pretty big deal, I think. All right? And it's because there's always been something going on there involving Sirianni, and a lot of people are going to go, well, Zach Ertz shipped out of town. What's really going on there? And then people are going to start digging from here on out. It's like, what happened? What was going on? The drama. What was it last year with Fletcher Cox? And that what was going to end up happening is, and it could still happen. Look, if this Philadelphia Eagles team makes it to the playoffs and has an early elimination, or, gets crushed, let's say Baker and the Tampa Bay Bucks beat them again, right? They have an early out, non-competitive game in the playoffs, this, that, and the other. Could Sirianni end up losing his job here? Because this is going to be another thing that Lurie and Roseman they're gonna have a little eye towards, a little side eye, little fuzzy ass eyeball looking in that direction. Sirianni is weird, man. Sirianni's such a clown. Sirianni's one of the larger bags of douche out there. Okay. Interesting. Sirianni is a joke. Now, I will say this. It looks like Eagles fans have got their coaches back on this from what I've seen around the internet. This guy says Zach Ertz is so soft, no wonder why he quit on the Eagles. Ooh. Dude isn't cut out for this city. Sirianni's an asshole. Wow. Okay. F. Zach Ertz. Soft mother effer. Hey. Philadelphia's a tough-ass city. It is. Nick Sirianni is the perfect coach for that miserable fan base. Yikes. Okay. Man, it's getting ugly in here. It really is. If there's a third game, Ertz is going to cook. Oh, that could be very interesting. Now there's a whole added layer if they end up having to play again. Shit. This guy says Sirianno. I hope you were talking into your phone on this comment. Has to be the most immature coach in NFL history. Sirianni's a clown. Here we go again. I mean, very interesting. This is wild. Eagles can't stay out of drama. Most of the drama starts with their head coach. It's interesting. Sirianni and the Eagles have mutually agreed to part ways. Tweet is going to be special. What's going to happen here? How is this going to turn out? Now, I'm not saying this would be the incident that does it. No. It's going to have to do with whatever happens to this team. If they win the Super Bowl, hell, he's staying, right? He's staying. But let us not forget, I know I've brought up Belichick, but there's a lot of other guys out there. That buyout's still only $10 million. I mean, I'm just letting you know. In June of next year, it's $1 million from UNC. So I'm just putting that out there too. But that's a side note. Just thought I'd throw that out. But yeah, that's it was the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants. That was places where people would look and draw a connection. And there's been a side eye towards Sirianni for the last couple of years. And of course, when you start seeing a lot of coordinators bouncing like happened last year, and this and that and the other, now more drama around the coach, what's going to happen? I don't know. Again, it will all come down to whether or not this team either underperforms or plays up to the talent level, because they are, my God, this team is loaded. It really is. I mean, it should be right in there to make the Super Bowl. It really should. Interested. I find it interesting. Eagles fans are that out on a player that was there for so long. And he put up some real numbers with the Eagles. I mean, let me just go back here because I had it up a second ago. My God, 2018, he had 116 catches. 75, 78, 74, 116, 88. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years over 800 yards as a tight end. He was a good one for the Eagles. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.